What is going on, fellas? Tunes up. Oi, oi, catch a shot. Hello, how are you doing, my man? Friday has arrived yet again, and y'all know what the deal is. It's time for another vendor reset. And, last week was Friday the 13th. Nice, little scary movie holiday for all you Jason Voorhees lovers out there. And now a week later, we got Friday vendor reset, but it's 420. Now, I don't partake anymore. I used to back in the day, but I no longer partake in the ganja. But for all you people out there that do partake on the ganja, yeah, might be some pretty easy rogue kills tonight. You blaze out your mind, go rogue, and you might just fall asleep. Hey, look, I still get nothing, just like every other time. But anyway, so we got this vendor reset thing, and every week it's been getting worse and worse and worse. Actually, I started doing the live vendor reset back in December when I started doing the live ones. And I'm telling you, from the time of December all the way to now, they have literally been getting worse and worse. So bad last week that I think there's only a total of 3 items that were any good. That's pretty sad. That's ridiculously sad. So, it'll take me just a second to go over these items. Special equipment vendor in the terminal has a 266 stamina mod with 1% critical hit chance. If you don't have any of those, go pick some up. They are awesome. I got a ton of them. They're great. Base of operations vendor inside the dark zone also has a 2% pulse critical hit chance mod. And West 46th Street DZ vendor has a 261 firearms mod with 1% critical hit chance. And that's it. That's top items from last week. Yeah, I just figured I'd go kill a couple bosses real quick. Wasn't able to stream last night. Thursday's my day off. But if I miss a day throughout the week, I make it up on Thursday. And I wasn't able to do it yesterday because I had to work late as well. In fact, I'm scheduled, but I was able to trade with somebody where I worked a late night last night. And we just switch shifts. They'll do it for me tonight. So very nice of the person to do that for me. It really was. Alright, let me go kill a couple bosses here. And we'll get this damn thing going. Hope y'all have had a great week. Got a release date on Global Event Blackout. It'll be the 23rd, I think it is, Monday. And we're going to get it for a week. I don't know if y'all have all seen the mask that they're releasing, but I'll show you real quick what the masks are. There is no new mask. It's the old mask, just with a few things added on them. Where the hell am I getting shot from? Damn, really? Beautify, what it do, what it do. So the masks that are going to be coming up are these right here. So you got this one. Oh god, I can't do it while in combat. Alright, let me kill these douchebags and then I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show y'all what the new masks that are going to be coming up look like. How long do I got? I got like 5.5 minutes. So I'll kill this one boss and then I'll go in the terminal, get this thing rocking and rolling. So it's not that there's any new kind of mask. Like I said, it's just some of the old masks, but they're going to be painted on. So they're releasing this one right here, and it's going to have like this flames painted on the front of it. So it'll have these orange flames painted on it. They're doing this classic one here, but it's going to have like a panda bear or some shit face on it. And then they've got this one right, oh, this one right here, and it's gonna have something painted on it. It actually looked pretty cool. So it's the classic, the chemist, and the CBRN masks are the ones they're gonna release again, but they're just gonna have you know, kind of designs put on them. So, got space for me, bro. Vendor reset. It's a vendor reset. Possibly a little bit later. I don't know if everybody is back. The group, I know Duke's our main man. He was out of the country for the week working, and he just got back. Yeah, it's a vendor reset. Look at this shit. Alright, I'm gonna kill this last one, and then I'm going to the terminal because we got like 4.5 minutes till the vendor reset. But yeah, Beautify, our main man, I think he's back in town, which if he is, that's good. That means tonight we'll have our DTech discussion. There you go. We'll have our DTech discussion about what you were asking about the other day, joining. And of course, I get yellows. Y'all see that, right? Stupid vendor, or these stupid things, they'll never drop me nothing. Eat poo. Might as well sell it. Get that sell out. Alright, let me go to the terminal. Alright. It's gonna be a good night, fellas. It's gonna be a good night. I can feel it. Probably be a horrible vendor reset, but other than that, it's gonna be a good night. As usual, I'm going to start here at the blueprints vendor, and then go. Damn, that's actually pretty good right there. Hold on to that one. Do the I'm going to do all the vendors inside the base of operations. Then I'll go over to Camp Clinton, do the vendors there, and then I'll start up in Autumn's Hope Times Square and catch all of the vendors in the light zone. Once we finish those out, then I will start up at West 64th Street or East 64th Street, the very top right of the DZ, and I'll go through all the DZ vendors. Then after that, I will all the DZ checkpoints. After that, we'll end the stream. I don't go into the safe rooms just for the sake of time, running through all them safe rooms inside the DZ. But if anybody is in the DZ and you come across any items in any of the safe rooms that are just like God rolled or must-haves, I would appreciate it if you put it in chat. Same with the blueprints. If there's anything that you see that on yours that you don't see on mine, I would appreciate it if you put it in chat in each one's. Let's see, I almost bought a PS4 and the Division just play with you. Man, I appreciate that. I have like 3,000 hours on Division on Xbox One. Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to do that. I got an Xbox One now. Yeah, I've got like a little over, I think, 3,100 hours or something like that on this one. I think altogether it's like 150 days now, 150 days of game time. So maybe not quite 3,100, but anyway, I got a lot of hours on it. But I started like two months after release or something. I started in July actually, so March, April, May, June. I started almost 4 months after the game came out. I started right before 1.3 drop, June or July or something. Division 2 though, I will be buying it on Xbox and PS4. So just just hang loose, my man, hang loose. Yeah, Kid Shop Beautify is just Beautify on Xbox. Oh man, I got one of my dogs up here asking me if I'm on, sending me a message. New guy I met, just switched, just got on the Division. He's an Xbox player and got it for PS4. And I was helping him the other night. I come across him in the DZ, level 29, and was helping him out. So anyway, all right, let me get ready because it's fitting to go down. That was a mistake. That sucked. No. Let's do it. All right. So this week, our 256 gear score weapon blueprints are the Snub Node Rhino blueprint. We got an MK4 15 times scope blueprint and a high velocity magazine blueprint. That's our power level 34 items. We do have a 229 enhanced PP19. It is very nice to purchase some of these lower level ones, or lower gear score ones. That way you can reach talents. If you're going skill builds, I have a 204 Elvoa blueprint, and I've crafted quite a few of those. It definitely helps you to unlock talents that you can't otherwise unlock. Got a military M60E4 blueprint, firearms knee pad. Now let's drop down and see what we got here on some of these weapons. We got a custom L86 blueprint, SOCOM MK20 SSR marksman rifle blueprint, and that's about it on those items. Let's see what we got over here this week. We got the Centurion this week that's coming in with Expert and Intense. The Cassidy has 331.5 stagger with the talents of Fierce, Swift, and Boomstick. The Historian's coming in with a low 147 headshot damage. The talents are Adept and Destructive. The Liberator has 18% or 19% enemy armor damage with the talents of Brutal, Deadly, and Adept. So not too bad. You can pick this up, and then you can always optimize it to get higher enemy armor damage, higher damage, and get it up to a higher gear score, if it's one that you want. The Pecan this week, light machine gun, has 20% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of Meticulous and Determined. And we got a M45A1 pistol with Expert and Determined. Police T821 submachine gun with 21% critical hit chance. Talents are Capable, Vicious, and Fierce. I figured you'd buy that Liberator for sure. Got the military P416 assault rifle with 21% enemy armor damage. Talents are Prepared, Intense, and Deadly. Got the custom M870 MCS shotgun with 325.5 stagger with the talents of Ferocious, Destructive, and Competent. Got the model 700 marksman rifle with the OK 165 headshot damage to it, and it has the talents of Ferocious, Predatory, and Elevated. Military RPK 74. It's a light machine gun with 21% damage to targets out of cover, and it's got the talents of Destructive, Adept, and Fierce. I'm not going to name off these gear set items because everybody wants classifieds nowadays, but I will go through the high ends because high ends are still good for certain builds. Except for this one. Low 891 armor rejuvenated mask with the 1177 electronics roll. And it's got a major attribute of 11% exotic damage resilience and a minor of 14% disorient resist. Got the vigorous chest piece here with 1793 armor. It's got a low 1187 stamina roll to it. It does have a major attribute of 8% skill haste, 5% enemy armor damage, and a minor of 50% ammo capacity. What is up, Brett? There's a Liberator right up top here. That's not too bad. You can get it and optimize it and be a lot better. It's got potential. Alright, we got a technical backpack. It's got 1141 armor on it, 1266 stamina roll. The major attribute is 16% stability, and the minor is 14% bleed resist. Got a pair of Prosperous knee pads with 1251 firearms roll to it. It's got a 1512 armor. It's got 11,654 skill power, and a minor of 29% blind, 29% disorient, and 16% damage to elites. Got a steadfast holster here with a decent 953 armor. It's got a 1236 firearms roll, and it's got low 1100s on the stamina and electronics. It does, however, have a major attribute of 4% critical hit chance. And lastly, on the items, we got a pair of high-end gloves, cunning gloves with 912 armor. It's got a 1251 firearms roll. Major attributes are 12% SMG damage, 9% skill haste, and 6.5 enemy armor damage. Got a horrible 229 stamina mod with 2% all resist and a 4% turret damage mod. Got a high velocity magazine that comes in with 7.5% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.5 reload speed. Loud vent break this week's got 18% critical hit or 16% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 2.5 critical hit chance. Got a PEQ 15 laser green with 16.5 accuracy, 2.5 stability, and a 4.5 optimal range. And lastly, we got an MK4 15 times scope with 21% optimal range, 3% critical hit chance, and 2.5 stability. And don't forget that if you got a lot of Phoenix credits below, you can always buy a classified cash right here, 2,500 Phoenix credits, and it's going to have a chance to drop any classified. Not a chance, it's going to give you a guaranteed classified. But there's a total of 14 sets and 6 pieces on each set, so you're looking at 84 total pieces. So there's a 1 in 84 chance that you're going to get that one piece you need. Alright. As I was saying, global event blackout starting very soon. It starts Monday, I believe. And I want to say somebody's already said they got the targeted ones in here for sale. Yes, they do. Here are the oh, these aren't even the ones we got coming. So right now, if you've got some of these credits, if you got a bunch of global event tokens, you can go ahead and buy you an Alpha Bridge Cash, classified Firecrest, Hunter's Faith, and Tactician. Right now, Monday it'll be they'll change. They'll have D3, Tactician, Striker, and I don't even remember the last one. Yeah. On those, they cost 3,000 global event credits, and you just get one classified item, but you know it's going to be that gear set, whereas the Superior Cash costs 1,500, and you're going to get 2 items in it. Now, that doesn't mean they're both going to be classified. Doesn't even mean they're both going to be the same gear set. But, yeah. Alright. Let's go to the weapons vendor here, advanced weapons vendor. We got a Police 686 Magnum with Expert and Cool-Headed. Got a Tactical AUG A3P submachine gun with 18.5 critical hit chance with Adept, Vicious, and Skilled. Got the SOCOM SCAR L assault rifle with 21% enemy armor damage, and it has the talents of Adept, Self-Preserved, and Predatory. Got the Marine Super 90 shotgun with 343.5 stagger. Talents are responsive, fierce, and commanding. And we have the M700 Tactical Marksman Rifle with 155 headshot damage. Talents are Toxic, Balanced, and Elevated. Lastly, we got the MG5 Light Machine Gun with 19% damage to targets out of cover, and the talents are Ferocious, Sustain, and Dominant. And we got a High Velocity Magazine with 6.5 crit chance, 4.5 reload speed, and 4% critical hit damage. And the SR7 Suppressor with 16% critical hit damage, 2.5 critical hit chance, and 2.5 stability. We got the Hand Stop Foliage Green with 28% reload speed, 4.5 optimal range, and 4% critical hit damage. And lastly, we got the Pro Red Dot Sight Tan with 5.5 headshot damage, 2.5 stability, and 4.5 optimal range. So just as in previous weeks, we're starting off horribly bad again. Yeah, I already did the blueprints here, but I can go back if you need me to. There really wasn't nothing good. The only blueprint that I'd seen on there was Snub-Nosed Rhino, so whatever ones else might be on there, I already own. Normally I got one of my buddies who will go on there, and he doesn't have any of the blueprints, so he'll put them in the chat, but I haven't seen them on yet. Alright, we got a Tactical UMP-45 submachine gun with 21% critical hit chance. It's got the talents of Dominant, Meticulous, and Ambusher. We've got a Rehabilitated Mask with 974 armor on it. It's got a 1189 electronics roll, major attributes 3.5 crit chance, and the minor's 14% blind def resist. Here we got a 3.5% Seeker Mine damage mod, and a small laser pointer with 16% accuracy, 5% reload speed, and 4.5 optimal range. Check out our weapons vendor here. Alright, we got a M700 Tactical Marksman Rifle with a very nice 170 headshot damage. Talents on it are Vicious, Accurate, and Elevated. And then we have a VX1 scope, 12-time scope, with 18% headshot damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 4.5 optimal range. So this is not God rolled, but it's best item we got so far. So, I'll put this down on this. Base of operations. Weapon. VX1 12-time. Headshot. 3% crit. And 4.5 up. Alright. Got a pair of accomplished knee pads with 1590 armor. It's got a low 1195 firearms roll. It does, however, have a major attribute of 16,084 health, and the minor is 28 shock, 31 bleed, and 29 burn resist. So if you're looking for a good field proficiency farming build, this would actually be a really good pair of knee pads to add to it because it does have health. You can roll your firearms higher or put it on stamina, whatever you want to do. And then you get your minor attributes down there. If you're farming missions, I would actually say the only thing I would change on here was I'd try to put maybe damage to elites on one of the small ones down there. And maybe on the shock one because you're going to run into more bleed and burn while doing PvE stuff. So, alright, we've got a 212 superior electronics mod with 3% disrupt, and we got a 3.5 mobile cover damage resilience mod. Alright, let me hit Camp Clinton real quick. Almost joined somebody. I gotta fix that. I'll hit this, I'll do the blueprints here, the vendor here, and then from there I'll go up to Autumn's Hope, Times Square, and work my way through all the safe houses in the light zone, and then I'll do the DZ checkpoints. Global event Blackout starts Monday, and the 3 masks this week are not new masks. They are just some of the older masks they've already released, but they're going to have graphics put on the front of the mask. I'll show you those in just a minute. Alright, we got a 256 M870 Express blueprint, a converted 9 SMG 229 blueprint, 93R blueprint for a 229. Yeah, man, Brad. I seen that. I actually read something about it this week. That I know Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be it or whatnot, but it said it's already in production or something. We got an electronics mask blueprint with a gear score 229 and a firearms mask blueprint gear score 229. That's about it right there. All right, this week the Cassidy has 295 stagger to it with adept and determined. The Historian's got a very low 144 headshot damage with the competent and adept. I need God roll skill power electronic mods. Okay, I got you, my man. Armor damage with the talents of destructive, capable, and talented. Pretty good for skill build. The Centurion this week has expert and competent. And lastly, the Pecan light machine gun has 20% damage to targets out of cover with the talents of fierce, self-preserved, and Pecan. Got a 93R pistol with expert and swift. The tactical AUG A3P submachine gun with 19.5 critical hit chance with skilled, vicious, and swift. Got a tactical ACR assault rifle at 19% enemy armor damage with the talents of destructive, fierce, and competent. We got a double barrel shotgun here with 301 stagger on it. It's got self-preserved, determined, and brutal. Actually be pretty good if you can unlock determined on it. Cool. You put predatory down at the bottom. I actually have one that's got predatory and determined. Got a SOCOM M1A marksman rifle with a very low 146 headshot damage. Talents are talented, determined, and proficient. And lastly, we got an MG5 light machine gun with 19% damage to targets out of cover. Talents are ferocious, commanding, and brutal. Got the rejuvenated mask here with 924 armor. It's got a really low 1133 stamina roll to it. Major attribute is 4% health on kill and a minor of 14% disorient resist. Got a robust chest piece here with 1783 armor. It's got another low stamina roll at 1133. The major attributes are 15,052 health, 5% health on kill, and a minor of 48% ammo capacity. Got the inventive backpack with 1240 armor. It's already rolled to 1229 electronics, and the major attribute is 12,223 skill power. The minor is 49% ammo capacity. I'm going to put this down on my list because the inventive is a really good backpack for your skill builds. Alright, Camp Clinton. Inventive. It's got 1229 electronics. Skill power and 49 ammo. Alright. Moving along. Got a pair of accomplished knee pads here, 1642 armor with it. It's got a 1253 electronics roll. It has 14,974 health, 47% increased kill XP, 28 burn, and 15% damage to elites. Scratch that one that I told you earlier. If you're looking for a field proficiency farming build, pick up these pair of knee pads, roll the electronics, whatever you want, and then don't touch anything else. You got increased kill XP, damage to elites, and health on it. This is what you need if you're farming field proficiency caches. Alright, we got a nimble holster here with 911 armor. It's got low 1100s rolled across the board. Major attribute is 8267 health. If you're just dead set on wanting a nimble holster and you can't find one anywhere, you could always optimize it, but I would just hold out till something better comes along. Alright, we got a pair of Astitute gloves with low 885 armor and also has a low 1159 firearms roll to it. Major attributes are 6.5 enemy armor damage, 12% marksman rifle damage, and 11% pistol damage. Here we've got a very nice 264 electronics mod with 2980 skill power to it. Is this what you are looking for to catch a shot? I mean, it could go higher on the skill power, but it's decent on the electronics. Roll at 264. It's not too bad. We got a 7% support station range mod. Got a high velocity with 7% critical hit chance, 4.5 reload speed, and a 5.1 rate of fire. And we got a SR7 suppressor with 16% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 4.5 optimal range. Here we got a angled grip with 13.5 stability, 4.5 reload speed, and 4% critical hit damage. And then lastly, we got the EXPS3 holographic sight, 24% optimal range, 2% accuracy, and a 5.5 headshot damage. And lastly, we have another classified cache here for 2,500 Phoenix credits. Alright, let's get up here to Autumn's Hope and begin the journey around the light zone. Probably move pretty quick. Like I said, there hasn't really been anything good the past couple months, to be honest with you. It seems like each week, though, we do have one good, like, stamina crit chance or firearm crit chance mod. 3 weeks ago we had a really good stamina EDR mod. It was a really good one. Alright, here we go. We've got ourselves another nimble holster here with 929 armor. It's got low 1100s on the firearms and electronics and a 1229 stamina roll. Major attribute is 6% skill haste. Here we got a 212 superior firearms mod with 3% disrupt and a 3.5 sticky bomb damage mod. You'll notice I do go over the superior mods, and the reason why I do go through those is just because they have the chance to have the damage to elites on them. So, yeah, no problem, catch a shot. Check it out. And then if you got a electronics mod blueprint, you know you can always craft a bunch till you get what you want. Alright. Salvador, what is up, Mr. Infamous? Here we are with an infantry MG5 light machine gun with 21% damage to targets out of cover. Talents are dominant, vicious, and commanding. And we got a CQBSS scope 8 times, 12% stability, 6% headshot damage, and 4.5 optimal range. Keep on pushing down. We'll go through these pretty quick. Alright, my friend. I was going to try to get with you the other day, Infamous, but I got on. I seen you were on. I went to my base of operations, changed a few things, and then I pulled up the thing, and I guess you'd already logged off. I think we might get a little time difference, but we get up. I'm off all day tomorrow, so if you want to do something tomorrow. I get up in the mornings. I wake up first thing Saturday mornings pretty early and do a survival run. Me and my buddy usually do. Then I'll just play the rest of the day, and then usually at night or Sunday night or something, we do another survival run. So, alright, here we are. We got a Tenacious Mask with 937 armor. It's got a low 1156 electronics roll. Major attribute is 8735 skill power, and the minor is 15% blind def resist. We've got a superior firearms mod 193 with 3% shock resist, and a 1.5 pulse critical hit damage mod. I would put this down on my list, but 2% is the max, and I'm sure we will come across one. Okay, I got you. I know the feeling, man. Kermit Station coming up. When I first got the Lightwood M4 blueprint, I did that, man. I think I literally ran out of materials, crafting all of them until I got the one that I wanted. Alright, let's see what you got for us, Kermit Station. Is he trying to copy me? Damn, close. Got Alpha Bridge on, though. Alright, here we go. We got an X45 pistol with Expert and Competent. and a VX1 12-time scope with 18.5 headshot, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 critical hit chance. So let me go ahead and mark off this other one I had, because this one is a lot better. Kermit. Station. VX1 12 times. That's 18.5 headshot. That's damn near perfect right there, guys. 4% crit damage and 2.5 critical chance. If you don't have any of these, I would recommend picking you a couple up. They are good. I'll grab one just to have. I think I got a couple that are maxed out, but I could always use another one. I'm jump over to the cavern so I don't forget about it. If you're new to the stream, welcome. My name is TSwandol, and me and my buddies here, we have what we call D-Tech Gaming Group. Basically, what we do is we like to help players, man. That's the passion that we have. I do the live vendor resets. We do a DZ farming stream where we farm the DZ, and we're on PS4, but we have people from all platforms that join in. But pretty much any exotics or classifieds that we come across while farming the DZ, if anybody in chat needs them, they either put their request in, and if we come across that item, they'll be the first to get it. Or if an item drops and nobody calls for it, first call dibs get it. We'll invite you, grenade ourselves so the item will drop, and then help you extract it. So if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate dropping me a like. And then if you want, you're welcome to sub and get to know us, man. We just like to play the division and help people out. Alright, here we are at the cavern. We've got a pair of decisive gloves with 906 armor. It's got a 12-12 electronics roll. Major attributes are 6.5 enemy armor damage, 12% assault rifle damage, and 9% skill haste. We've got a 191 superior stamina mod with 4% bleed resist. And here you go, catch a shot. This is actually, I'm gonna write this down. This is a god roll one. We've got a 267 electronics mod with 3322 skill power. Cavern, which I think is it's actually maxed out right there. 267 electronics with 3322 skill power. That is nice right there. I'll probably be picking a bunch of those up. Alright, let's jump down to Camp Hudson, see what we got going here. So we've had all the new legendaries out for a week now. Amherst and Grand Central. They're fun. They're really not bad at all. I've heard doing random matchmaking can be a nightmare on those, but I know the guys that I run with, we've done it. Probably done them about 6 or 7 times, and we've made it through every time. We haven't died or wiped any times. The good thing about it is the hunters on them drop a guaranteed exotic for you every time, so it's not like you just got to do it once a week for your exotic cache. You could literally, if you got a good group, y'all could farm Amherst, get it done about every 25 to 26 minutes, and get have a guaranteed exotic every time. And if you got a group of 4, then you have a higher chance of getting that house if you don't have one. 33-35 is the max skill power for mods, so damn near god roll. Yeah, definitely. Right there on the edge. I'm going to call it god roll, though. Alright, we got a Police T-821 submachine gun with 22.5 crit chance with ferocious, sustained, and fierce. And an Osprey 45 suppressor with 16.5 accuracy, 2.5 critical hit chance, and 4.5 optimal range. Check our gear vendor out over here. Alright, we got ourselves a vigorous chest piece with 1895 armor. It's got a low 1163 firearms roll. It does have 15,518 health and 5% health on kill. And the minor is 24% increased kill XP. Here we've got a 198 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. And a 234 stamina with 3060 skill power. So here we go. Everybody loves these damage to elites. And I do too. I got a bunch on my Reclaimer and Tactician builds. I don't use my Reclaimer for PvP anymore. No need for it. Alright, Camp Hudson. 198 firearms. 3%. Alright, pick that up if you don't have any of those guys, and tell you them damage to elite mods work really well when doing your legendaries and heroic incursions. And in a lot of my builds where I've done some solo legendary and stuff, the damage to elite mods really help me out. My tactician and reclaimer builds are they're all electronics, but yet my assault rifle that I use has like talented, competent, and ferocious, and then I have a ton of damage to elites rolled on gear, plus all the damage to elite mods. I do, I think, close to 60% damage to elites, and with a weapon that does 13.7k, I just shred through them. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got here at the meat locker. We got a G36C assault rifle with a very nice 23% enemy armor damage, and the talents are competent, vicious, and focus. So this is actually a really, really good G36, man. Really good. Throw deadly down in that bottom slot, and you got a beast of a G36. Mid locker. A G36C. 23. Damage. Competent. Vicious. And focused. You talking about the electronics mod that you were looking at? That is at the Cavern safe house, right? Top right of the base of operations. Top right of the base of operations. Yeah, it's a beast, bro. And then we got a Pro Red Dot Sight Tan here with 5.5 headshot damage, 2.5 stability, and 2% accuracy. I love Pro Red Dot sights, but I do not like the ones that say tan next to it because they got the headshot as the major attribute, and it's just really low. You want to get the just regular ones, and you're looking for headshot damage on it too. You can actually get 6% on those, so stay away from the Red Dot tan ones. They're trash. They're no good. Alright, let's see what Madison Stan has for us. Alright, we've got an Enduring Mask with 909 armor. It's got a 1210 stamina roll to it. Major attribute, 10% exotic damage resilience, and a minor of 15% burn resist. We've got a 202 Superior Firearms mod with 10% ammo capacity. And then we've got a 247 Firearms mod with 3318 skill power, so that's really weak. Check out Last Call and see what kind of weapons we got down here. Well, so we've gone through about half of the vendors in the light zone so far, and already we've got more items than the previous 2 weeks combined. So that's pretty good. That's a plus. Alright, here we got a tactical SASG 12K shotgun with 307.5 stagger. It's got the talents of destructive, deadly, and competent. Damn. For all you strikers out there that like to build the stacks. I know a lot of people like to use the Showstopper. Showstopper's good. It does get your stacks up really high, but the damage is lower. If you're looking to inflict a lot of damage, this is what you want to go with. The tactical or the black market. Alright, so Last Call. Tactical SASG 12 with destructive, deadly, competent. Put responsive in that top slot, man. You got yourself a beast. I actually have one that has vicious, deadly, competent, and it's really good too. All right, and we got an extended magazine. Damn, God roll extended magazine. 120 size, magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and a 5.5 rate of fire. I'll be buying a bunch of them. Extended mag. 120.5 or 120 size. 4 crit damage and 5.5 rate of fire. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is starting off to be a this is actually turning out to be a really good vendor reset this week. Let's go check out the ward and see if we get lucky over here too. Yeah, telling you, man. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, here we are. We got a specialized backpack with 1247 armor. It's got a low 1122 firearms roll to it. Major attribute is 12,001 health and 16% burn resist. Here we got a 207 superior electronics mod with 3% shock resist. And then we got a 7.5 support station range mod. Alright, Southpaw, what you got for us? What you got, Southpaw? If you are running a Predator build, that magazine right back there is the perfect magazine you want to run for your Predator builds. If you run critical hit damage on your knee pads and backpack, and you got, you know, crit damage on all your weapon mods and whatnot, that 4% that you can get on that extended magazine could put you up to the 134, 135 mark, which is inflicting a lot. And then if you got some 2% critical hit damage mods instead of the first aid self heals put on, you could really put a lot of crit out there with the pulse. Alright, here we are. We got another vigorous chest piece with 1766 armor. It's got a 1249 electronics roll. Major attributes are 4% all resist, 8% skill haste, and the minor is 26 increased kill XP. Here's, good lord, another damage to elite mod. We got a 198 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites, and then a 6% seeker mine explosion radius mod. Southpaw. 8 electronics. 3% damage to elites. Alright, let's move on up to the next one. See what the grindhouse is working with. After this one, man, you can spend about 30 minutes going through getting all the items from the vendor reset, adding it to your builds, and definitely turn some good builds into some damn good builds, or some damn good builds into some freaking epic builds. Alright, let's see what we got here. We have got an AUG A3 Para XS submachine gun with 18.5 critical hit chance. Talents are hurried, fierce, and adept. Crit machine. And then we got a Tyrant Suppressor with 6.5 critical hit chance, 2.5 stability, and a 4.5 optimal range. Let's see what the firewall has in store for us. The light zone's been this good, I can't wait to get into the checkpoints, TC checkpoints. Alright. Alright, we got a pair of any good drops for it? Yes, there is. Let me go through the firewall here, and as I'm fast traveling to the next one, I will go through all the good stuff. There's some very good stuff this week, though. We got a pair of decisive gloves with 924 armor. It's got a 1268 firearms roll. Major attributes are 10% shotgun damage, 4% health on kill, and 7% enemy armor damage. We've got a 208 superior firearms mod with 3% disrupt resist and a 4.5 ballistic shield damage resilience mod. Alright, let's head up to the crypt, and this will be the last one of the light zones. Alright, so starting off in Camp Clinton has an inventive backpack with 1229 electronics. It's got 12,200 skill power and 49% ammo capacity. Kermit Station has a VX1 12-time scope with 18.5 headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 critical hit chance. The Cavern Safe House has a 267 electronics mod with 3322 skill power. Camp Hudson has a 198 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. The Meat Locker has a G36C, 23% enemy armor damage with the talents of competent, vicious, and focused. Last Call Safe House has a tactical SASG-12 with destructive, deadly, and competent. And there's also an extended mag there with 120% magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.5 rate of fire. And lastly, Southpaw has a 198 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites. Alright, and let's check out what kind of weapons we got here. Alright, we got a tactical MK16 assault rifle with 23% enemy armor damage. Talents on it are skilled, responsive, and capable. And it's got a pretty good damage buff to it, I would think, because it's got a 284 gear score to it. So, alright, that's going to wrap us up on the light zone. I'm going to start up here at East 64th Street DZ checkpoint and work my way down the east side and back up the west. I'll stop at West 53rd Street, DZ06 checkpoint. I'm not going to do the safe rooms inside the dark zone for the sake of time, but if anybody happens to be in the DZ and you come across a God-rolled item or a must-have, I'd appreciate it if you put it in chat. If not, I will be visiting them throughout tonight and tomorrow, and if there's anything super good, I'll add it to the description or to the comments to this video. Alright, this week we've got a 260 firearms mod with 3% skill haste and a 5.5% first aid self-heal. 61st Street and see what we got. Global event Blackout will start Monday. The Blackout modifier is that you always have shock ammo that you shoot, and then there's another modifier that's like Blackout. I can't plus what the other one is, but you build up a little meter, and once that meter is full, you can melee an enemy. Now, any named boss, you won't kill them, but any other enemy in the game, when you melee them and your energy or your bar is full, it'll instantly kill them. It'll send like a shockwave out, and instantly you can kill them in one melee. If you miss, though, it shocks you and your teammates for a period of time. It makes y'all vulnerable. Alright, here we got a heavy spring magazine with 11.5 magazine size, 4.5 reload speed, and a 9.3 rate of fire. We've got an Osprey 45 suppressor with 15.5 accuracy, 2.5 stability, and 6% headshot damage. And we got a hand stop with 30% reload speed, 2.5 stability, and 2% accuracy. And lastly, we got a Pro Red Dot sight with 16% critical hit damage, 5.5 headshot damage, and 5% optimal range. Alright, let's go down to East 58th Street real quick. Alright, here we got a refresh mask. I absolutely love refresh mask. 924 armor. It's got a 1238 electronics roll. The major attribute is 4% critical hit chance, and the minor is 9% damage to elites. We've got a vigorous chest piece with 1937 armor, 1239 electronics rolled to it. It's got a 4% all resist and a 9% exotic damage resilience major attributes, and a minor is 54% ammo capacity. We've got a relentless backpack with 1164 armor. It's got 1269 firearms rolled to it. The major attribute is 12,554 skill power, and the minor is a maxed out 56% ammo capacity. We've got a pair of Prosperous knee pads, 1578 armor with 1196 firearms rolled to it, 7% exotic damage resilience, and the minors are 28 blind deaf, 30 disorient resist, and then a 15% damage to elites. We've got a recovered holster with a really low 853 armor. It's got 1100s across the board on it. The major attribute is 3.5 critical hit chance. And lastly, we've got a pair of Savage gloves with a low 879 armor. It's got a 1239 firearms roll, and the major attributes are 11% shotgun damage, 15 critical hit damage, and 6% critical hit chance. Alright, let's go to Park Avenue. It's probably my favorite DZ checkpoint because it has all the weapons. Here we got a first wave PF-45 pistol with expert and ferocious. We got the police UMP-45 submachine gun with 21% critical hit chance. The talents are ferocious, commanding, and ambusher. Classic AK-47 assault rifle with 19% enemy armor damage, and the talents are accurate, brutal, and meticulous. Got the double barrel shotgun with 308.5 stagger. Talents are adept, ferocious, and talented. And we got a SRS A1 marksman rifle with a low 151 headshot damage. Talents are intense, determined, and harmful. I wish they would buff this weapon, because to me this is one of the coolest looking marksman rifles in the game. It's got low damage. And lastly, we've got a black market M60 E6 light machine gun with 20% damage to targets out of cover, and the talents are adept, accurate, and competent. Shoot on over to East 53rd Street. They got manhunts out there. Last stream I did was Wednesday night. If you got a little free time, you ought to go look at it. It's the video below this one. But it started off with me doing a little open world boss farming. Then me and the guys got up and went to the DZ, and we ran into a multi-group. And so there was a total of 8 people that were going rogue and manhunt on us. And instead of just transferring servers like we could have done to farm, we decided to keep pushing them and pushing them and putting them on stream. So if you want to see a bunch of douchebags and get their names, go check out the stream. Multi-grouping at its finest with shock turrets. Alright, here we go. We got an M700 tactical marksman rifle with a damn near perfect 171 headshot damage, and the talents are cool-headed, destructive, and elevated. Are there pulse crit damage mods? There is a 1.5 pulse critical hit damage mod. Where was it? It's on one of the it's on the left side of the map. It may have been at Camp Clinton or the terminal. Check them too. I just didn't write it down because it was only 1.5%, and I'll write down the 2% ones because those are the better ones. Right. Or two. Oh, never mind. That was a pulse critical hit chance too. I don't even think it was damage. All right, we got a pair of accomplished knee pads with 1483 armor. It's got a 1247 stamina roll. Major attribute is 9% critical hit damage, and the minor is got a 262 firearms mod with 3% skill haste, and a small RDS scope with 12% stability, 5.5 headshot, and 2% accuracy. Let me fast travel down to this next one, East 46, and I'll go over everything so far, guys. Alright, so Camp Clinton has got an inventive backpack. It's really good, electronic rolled. It's got skill power and ammo capacity. Kermit Station has a VX1 12-time scope with 18.5 headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 crit chance. The Cavern Safe House has a 267 electronics mod with 3322 skill power. The Meat Locker has a G36C, 23 enemy armor damage with competent, vicious, and focus. Camp Hudson has a 198 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. Southpaw Safe House has a 198 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites. And Last Call Safe House has a tactical SASG-12 with destructive, deadly, and competent. And they also have an extended magazine with 120 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.5 rate of fire. So that's where we're at right now, and now we're hitting our DZ checkpoints. Alright, we got a tactical Super 90 SBS shotgun with 335.5 stagger, and the talents are meticulous, deadly, and unforgiving. We've got a rejuvenated mask with 922 armor. It's got a 1251 electronics roll to it with 4% health on kill and a minor of 11% damage to elites. Here's another electronics mod, 265 electronics with 3% skill haste. Catch a shot if you need a little extra skill haste. There you go. These aren't bad. 2 points off of being God roll. And we got a high velocity mag with 7.5 critical hit chance, 4.5 reload speed, and 5% rate of fire. Alright, this is East 46. Get a 265 electronic. 3% skill haste. East 42nd. Alright, got a SOCOM Scar L assault rifle. 22% enemy armor damage with the talents of brutal, focused, and swift. Got a steadfast holster here with a low 879 armor. It's got a low electronics and firearms roll, a 1266 stamina, and the major attribute is skill haste, 6% skill haste. Here we got a very low 237 firearms mod with 1% critical hit chance, and a Russian red dot sight with 16.5 accuracy, 3% critical hit chance, and 4% critical hit damage. I missed that one. Let's go down to East 40th. How can I get classified striker? Glad you asked. Very easily. You can, of course, farm the DZ or the open world bosses. Excuse me. But starting Monday, this Monday, we got global event outbreak. Global event blackout. It's going to run for 7 days, and there's going to be modifiers that you can add to the missions. What you want to do is you'll farm these missions to get global event credits. You then go to the terminal, and inside the terminal there's a vendor in there that sells caches that have classifieds in them. And this coming up Monday, the gear sets that are going to be released during this are Striker, Tactician, D3, and there's one other one I cannot remember. D3, Striker, Tactician, I think Deadeye. And Deadeye. So you can either buy the superior caches for 1,500 global event credits, and you'll have a chance to get any of those 4 gear sets, or you can buy actual Striker classified caches. It's going to cost 3,000 global event credits for that one cache, and you're only going to get one piece out of it, but it's going to be a guaranteed classified Striker. So yeah, this coming up week, you can farm it, and you should be able to get that piece you need, or build your whole Striker build if you get some game time in. Alright, here we are at East 40th, and we've got a custom M870 MCS shotgun with 344.5 stagger, and the talents are trained, competent, and fierce. It's got a pair of prosperous knee pads with 1437 armor. It's got a very nice 1271 stamina roll with the major attribute is 16,217 health, and the minors are 30% burn, 28% bleed, and 51% increased kill XP. Here we got a 266 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. I'll put this down because it's actually a pretty damn good one. East 40. 266 firearms. Skill haste. Got a Tyrant suppressor here with 7.5 critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 6% headshot damage. So that's pretty close to being God Roll 2, and I'll put that down. Tyrant. Alright. Going down to the next one here is East 34th Street. The 3 masks that are going to come out during this global event are actually 3 of the previous masks, but they just have some graphics painted on them. Raven, what is up with you, girl? So the 3 masks that will come with the new global event, it's going to be this one right here, the CBRN, but except it's going to have these flames painted on the front of it, these orange flames. The Chemist one here, and it'll have, it's like a shark design on it or something. Looks like teeth will be on those little the little filters on each side. And then the third one is going to be this classic mask right here. No, that's not classic. Classic mask here, and it's got like a face of a panda on it, like a really pissed off panda bear. So that'll be the 3 masks that you get from this global event. Alright, here we got a military M60 E-Force light machine gun with 22% damage to targets out of cover. It's got the talents for predatory, self-preserved, and deadly. We've got a robust chest piece with 1936 armor. It's got a 1169 firearms roll, health at 16,219, 4% all resist, which is just absolutely worthless, and a minor of 48% ammo capacity. We've got electronics mod, a very low 237 with 2% all resist, and a quick release magazine, 30.5 reload speed, 11% magazine size, and 5.4 rate of fire. Let's jump down to East 31st Street. We are getting very close, y'all. We are actually now officially under 2 months. We're about 58 days away, I think, from E3, well, yeah, I don't know exactly what day E3 starts, but I know 58 days from today, E3 will have the reveal trailer for The Division 2. Alright, we got a SOCOM MK20 SSR marksman rifle with a very low 149 headshot damage. The talents are harmful, sustained, and toxic. We got a pair of decisive gloves with 983 armor. It's got a 1266 firearms roll to them. Major attributes are 16% critical hit damage, 5% health on kill, and 11% pistol damage. Here we got a 4.5% smart cover duration mod and a reflex sight tan with 4.5 optimal range, 2.5 stability, and 2% accuracy. Let's go to 5th Avenue DZ checkpoint and see what we got going here. If you're new to the channel, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. If not, I would appreciate a like to help the video get out there. I definitely want the channel to grow. My channel is all about helping players and helping people farm. I am on PS4. We do have people that is part of this community that's Xbox and PC. And I've just recently acquired an Xbox One, and so once the Division 2 drops, I will be playing on both platforms. Right now I do play PUBG, and I've got a Gears of War and a Quantum Break game. That's really all I play on Xbox, and this is my main game here, hands down. But yeah, I would definitely appreciate it if you stuck around, get to know us. We do Dark Zone farming for anybody who's watching. If you're on PS4 and we get an item you need or want, we'll invite you, grenade ourselves for that item to drop, and help you extract. If there's content in the game that you just can't complete, maybe you're a solo player and you're tired of doing random matchmaking to try to do these new legendaries or heroic incursions and it's just not working out, let me know and we will send you an invite and we'll go through and help you complete that content, like Stolen Signal and Heroic, or like I said, any of the new legendaries. You can really get a lot of exotics if you got a good team and you can farm the new legendaries. You get your exotic cash once a week, but every single time you do Grand Central or Amherst, when you kill the hunter, he drops an exotic every time. We did the missions in about 25 to 30 minutes, so that's not too bad, and a guaranteed exotic every 25 to 30 minutes. And if you got a group of 4, that's just giving you better odds of getting that exotic that you need, like the house, which I'm sure is everybody wants to get a better house, a God rolled house. Alright, let's see what we got here at 5th Avenue DZ checkpoint. We got a tactical Super 90 SBS shotgun with 305 stagger to it. It's got the talents of fierce, trained, and meticulous. Got a rapid chest piece with 1890 armor. It's got 1132 electronics roll to it. Major attributes are 9% skill haste, 16,381 health, and the minor is 27% increased skill XP. Here we got a 257 stamina mod with a ridiculously gay 2% all resist. That is one of the worst attributes in the entire game. I don't even know why. They need to remove all resist or bump it up. If it was like 15 or 20%, it'd be a lot better. And then we got a muzzle brake with 13.5 stability, 5% optimal range, 6% headshot damage. Now let's jump over to West 31st Street. Yeah, God of War looks really cool. I've never played any of the God of War. Let me take that back. I was away from gaming. Anybody that knows me knows I was away from gaming for about 18 years. The Division is a game that got me back into gaming. But I did buy a Vita, and I played a bunch of games on it, and one of the guys at one of the local game stores here had, when I was asking him about some games, he said, check out this God of War. I bought it, and I just really wasn't into it. For the Vita now. Never played it on console, but I heard this one is amazing, and I heard the gameplay is a lot different and a lot better, so I might give it a chance, but it's definitely going to be later on. I'm not going to buy it brand new because I'm tired of buying brand new games and never playing them. Alright, here we got a hunting M44 marksman rifle with a very nice 168 headshot damage. Talents are skilled, commanding, and ferocious. We've got an enduring mask with 950 armor. It's got a 1252 firearms roll. Major attribute is 10.5 exotic damage resilience, and the minor is 12% increased skill XP. We've got a ridiculously low 238 electronics mod with the horrible 2% all resist. And we got an Omega rifle suppressor tan with 17% headshot damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 2% stability. Push our way up to West 34th Street. So if you're looking for damage to elite mods, we have Southpaw Safe House has a 198 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites, and Camp Hudson has a 198 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. If you're needing electronic mods, East 46th Street DZ vendor has a 265 electronics mod with 3% skill haste. And the Cavern Safe House probably has what is the buy of the week, and that is a 267 electronics mod with 3322 skill power. Alright. Carry on, and I'll go through the rest once we get done. Here we got a double barrel sawed-off shotgun with 329.5 stagger with the talents of Fierce, Determined, and Adept. We got a pair of Prosperous knee pads with 1184 armor. It's got a 1514 armor and a low 1184 stamina roll. It's got a major attribute of 15,739 health. Minor attributes are 31 blind deaf, 33 bleed resist, and 50% increased kill XP. Here we got another low 235 electronics mod with 3% signature ability resource gain. And lastly, we got a 552 hollow sight with 7% critical hit chance, 2% accuracy, and 6% headshot damage. West 39th Street. Alright, we got a tactical UMP 45 submachine gun with 19.5 critical hit chance. It's got the talents of Brutal, Unforgiving, and Ambusher. It's actually a really good gun. You just want to roll away that Ambusher, and you want to make sure you get 2 talents up here that are good. So I wouldn't recommend this one, but the gun does hits really hard. If you've never used one, I would recommend trying it out. Slower rate of fire, but you get them shots on them, you're doing some damage. It's definitely a good gun, though. Alright, we got a pair of Astitute gloves with 974 armor. It's got a decent 1261 firearms roll to it. Major attribute is 12% shotgun damage, 12% pistol damage, and 4% health on kill. Here we got a low 247 electronics mod with 2.5 exotic damage resilience. And lastly, a quick release magazine with 30% reload speed, 4% critical hit damage, and a 5.4 rate of fire. Heading to the West 42nd. Alright. Here we got a military G36 assault rifle with 19% enemy armor damage. It's got 19.4k. My bad, I didn't do that. Talents are intense, responsive, and focused. We got a recovered holster with a 969 armor. It's got a 1262 firearms roll. The stamina electronics are low in the 1100s, and the major attribute is 20.5 reload speed. Here we got a 3.5% sticky bomb damage mod. And lastly, an extended magazine with 114 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 critical hit chance. Let's go to West 46th Street checkpoint. Alright. Here we got a Rhino special with Expert and Fierce. Got a robust chest piece with 1707 armor. It's got a 1223 stamina roll. Major attributes are 9% skill haste, 5.5 enemy armor damage, and 51% ammo capacity. And here we go, my friend, who was just asking for this a few minutes ago. This one is a good one. This is a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod. And then lastly, we got a 27% reload speed, 2% accuracy, and 4% critical hit damage. This is West 46th Street. %. Crit damage. Pre-fall. Are you still on here, pre-fall? This is where you want to be. West 46th Street has a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod. I'll send you a message. And we're heading to the last one. West 53rd Street. I'll send him a YouTube message and let him know if he's not on. Alright. Here we got a tactical Super 90 SBS shotgun with 308.5 stagger. It's got the talents of Responsive, Trained, and Vicious. We've got a refresh mask. It's always been one of my favorite masks in the game. With the 877 armor, it's got a low 1197 stamina roll. It does have a major attribute of 10% exotic damage resilience and a minor of 15% burn resist. Here we got a 257 firearms mod with 3120 skill power, and a heavy spring magazine with 4% critical hit damage, 4.5 reload speed, and a 9.7 rate of fire. So that's going to do it for all the checkpoints in the DZ and all the safe rooms or safe houses in the light zone. Blackout global event starting Monday, and the masks that you will get from them are the CBRN right here, and it will have flames on it, these like orange flames on it. They got the chemist mask here, and it's got like some kind of shark face or something painted on it. The filters on the sides have teeth painted on them. It looks all right. And then the last one is this classic mask here, and it's going to have like this angry panda look on it. So I actually don't like that one very much. I know a lot of people said they like that one the most, but I like the chemist one and the CBRN one. So I'm guessing instead of doing new masks from here on out, they'll probably just run the same mask again and just put some cool designs on it or something. So, you know, that's what they like to do. All right. Let's see here. All right, so let's start from the top. Camp Clinton, the vendor inside Camp Clinton, the special equipment vendor. There's a really good inventive backpack. It's got a 1229 electronic roll to it. It also has 12,223 skill power and 49% ammo capacity. Kermit Station has a VX1 12-time scope with 18.5 headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5 critical hit chance. The Cavern Safe House has a 267 electronics mod with 3322 skill power, which in my opinion is probably the buy of the week. Camp Hudson Gear Vendor has a 198 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. The Meat Locker Safe House has a G36C, 23% enemy armor damage with the talents of Competent, Vicious, and Focused. Yes, we are, Evan. Yes, sir. The Last Call Safe House actually has two items. First, there is a tactical SASG-12 with Destructive, Deadly, and Competent. And then secondly is an extended magazine that has 120 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 5.5 rate of fire. Southpaw Safe House has a 198 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites. East 46th Street DZ Vendor has a 265 electronics mod with 3% skill haste. East 40th DZ Vendor Checkpoint has a 266 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. And there's also a Tyrant suppressor there that has 7.5 crit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 6% headshot damage. And lastly, West 46th Street DZ Checkpoint has a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod, which goes very well to add in more crit damage to your Predator builds. So check those out. Alright everybody, I appreciate y'all tuning in every week. I enjoy doing the live vendor resets. It's been a blast. I've actually been doing them for, I think I started right at the beginning of December. And so it's just, each week's been better and better. It's been awesome, all the positive feedback I've been getting through doing this. Like I said, if anything else, I'd appreciate it if you can just drop me a like so that can help my video get out there. If you're interested more into D-Tech Gaming, you know, hit that subscribe button. I'm on PS4. If you're on PS4, we can get up and run. If you're not, though, we got people on here from PC and Xbox. I do a live DZ farming stream where I just farm, me and my friends farm the DZ. And any classified or exotics that we get, if you need them, we'll invite you to the group. We'll kill ourselves and let it drop, and then we'll help you extract it out. If you're a solo player and you haven't done some of the legendaries or heroic incursions, because matchmaking is pure hell, we definitely will get up with you, send you an invite, and help you get those missions done that you haven't got to complete, or maybe you've done them on challenging and you haven't done them on heroic, or you just want to do these legendaries because, you know, Amherst and Grand Central, every time you do it, you get a guaranteed exotic off of the hunter. So, but yeah, if you're new to the channel, I would greatly appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. If not, then just hit that like for me, help me get it out there. I appreciate everybody. Top Keck, yes, there is a East 40th Street DZ Vendor has a 266 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. And then Camp Hudson has a 198 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. So check out East 40th DZ Checkpoint and Camp Hudson. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream right here. I'm going to take a little break and then I'm going to fire it back up. We're going to do some content tonight. I'm actually going to be revealing a secret that I actually found out about 2 hours ago by accident. It was a complete accident. I found it. I don't know if anybody else has seen this, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, I'll probably drop it and show it. I wouldn't recommend doing this in the dark zone, just in case some repercussions happen. But in PVE, hell, why not? I mean, it's not a glitch. It's just something that I just found out was like, wow, I didn't realize that. But anyway, guys, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be safe, and again, appreciate everyone that stopped in. If you are partaking in 420 tonight, I personally am not. I do not do that no more. Y'all be safe. Eat as many munchies as you want. Stay home, relax, blaze up, and watch some Division videos. Y'all have a good night, man. Peace out, and I'll talk at y'all later.